Hey everyone, today we're diving into the best partners for October 2025 in Chaos Zero Nightmare. I'm going to break down which partners are absolutely crushing it right now, what makes them so strong, and how you can pair them up for maximum chaos on the battlefield. Whether you're looking for insane damage, crazy support, or just a team that makes every run feel smoother, I've got you covered. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly who to pick to dominate Nightmare mode. I'm quickly moving on to the video and I'm ranking partners in Chaos Zero Nightmare. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching.
My friends, only 0.1% of viewers subscribe. If you like this type of content, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance for your support.
The partners in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Ishlin, Nyx, and Noel. Alright, let's dive into the wild world of C tier partners in Chaos Zero Nightmare, or as I like to call them, the bench warmers of your squad. You know, the ones you don't hate, but you're definitely not inviting to a dinner party anytime soon. First up, we have Noel. Noel really shines when paired with an Instinct Vanguard, and right now, that's only Kalipi. His passives are super niche. They only boost retain cards, which means if you're not building around that, you're basically giving Noel a participation tree. His ego skill heals, but just barely, like a pat on the back instead of a real boost. The one bright spot is that activating the retain effect of the cards isn't hard, so at least he's not completely useless. But still, don't get too excited. Next on the roster is Ishlin. Assign her to a Vanguard and she'll increase their health points and shield gain, which sounds decent until you see that her ego skill requires 4 energy points and all it does is give a shield. Yes, you heard that right, 4 energy points for a single shield. If shields were gold, maybe this would feel like a bargain, but in practice, it's more like paying a ton of energy for a coupon that expires immediately. Then we have Nyx, the so-called healer and enhancer. Nyx increases the assigned controller's health points and healing, which is okay, but her real trick is that she can increase your teammates' damage, but only after drawing a card for the first time. And her ego skill? Also 4 energy points and very situational. Translation, you'll probably forget to trigger it mid-battle and end up shrugging. Nyx sounds better on paper than in practice. Honestly, these C-tier partners all share one thing in common. They're very situational. You'll need specific builds, setups, and sometimes a sprinkle of luck to make them feel even mildly useful. If you're not already chasing a synergy that fits them perfectly, you're better off looking elsewhere. And let's be real, using them can feel a little like forcing your friend who never studies into a trivia competition. Sure, they might do something, but most of the time, you're just going to sigh and pick someone else next round. They aren't terrible, they just won't wow anyone. If you're in a pinch and all you have are these C-tier partners, don't panic. They can hold the fort in a pinch, but keep your eyes open for upgrades. Better partners are out there, and your team deserves to shine. Remember, it's not about having everyone, it's about having the right ones. So yeah, Noel, Ishlin, and Nyx, cute. A little quirky, but let's not kid ourselves. Treat them gently, maybe give them some love on side missions, but for main battles, start planning your escape route now. Your team's firepower and your sanity will thank you. The partners in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Zeta, Bria, Scarlet, and Tina. Alright, let's talk about B tier partners in Chaos Zero Nightmare, the reliable middle children of your roster. They aren't exactly stealing the spotlight, but they won't embarrass you at family dinners either. Starting off with Bria, she's a classic case of all the effort, moderate reward. Her passives are super conditional, meaning most of the time on normal stages, you won't even see them activate. But don't write her off entirely. If you're running chaos stages, Bria can actually shine, showing that patience and strategy sometimes pay off. Then there's Scarlet. Scarlet's passive is really only useful for main damage, Percy, and strikers. If you're trying to mix and match up your team and take advantage of card synergies, Scarlet's passive won't help much. Her ego skill is decent though. If you can meet the conditions, the damage can scale impressively. Think of her as a conditional powerhouse, situational but dangerous when the stars align. Next up, Tina. Tina really shines when paired with an Order Ranger, and at the moment, that's only Hugo. Her passive can dish out high extra attack damage, making her a solid choice for boosting raw output. Her ego skill is cheap, only 2 energy points, and it provides both extra card draw and bonus damage. That's a little package of efficiency right there. Zeta is another partner who thrives in very specific setups. She buffs the cards and damage of Instinct and Vanguard combatants, which sounds cool, but in practice, only Calliope really benefits from her at this point. So she's not useless, but she's definitely selective about who she likes. The main thing to remember about B tier partners is that they're functional, but rarely spectacular. They can fill gaps in your lineup and help in specific scenarios, but don't expect them to dominate like A tier or S tier partners. They're more supportive middleweights than headline grabbing stars. If you don't have access to top tier partners yet, B tier is your safety net. They let you experiment with team compositions, learn how certain passives interact, and keep you afloat while you hunt for stronger options. In a pinch, they're perfectly fine. Bria, Scarlet, Tina, and Zeta each have their moments, but it's all about finding the right combatant and stage for them to shine. Think of them as puzzle pieces. You need the right combination for them to fit perfectly. At the end of the day, B tier partners reward planning and understanding. They're not the plug and play stars of your roster, but with a bit of strategy, they can punch above their weight. Don't underestimate them entirely. So yeah, if you're running with B tier partners, be mindful of their limitations, but also enjoy the little moments where they surprise you. They're dependable, quirky, and sometimes, just sometimes, can turn a fight around in ways you didn't expect. The partners in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Solia, Antea, Priscilla, Kiara, and Asteria. Alright, now we're entering a tier territory in Chaos Zero Nightmare, where partners actually start to feel like they belong in your main squad rather than just warming the bench. These guys bring real oomph and can seriously complement your combatants. Let's kick things off with Solia. Solia is all about giving that sweet boost to your combatants' extra damage and attack cards for one turn after drawing a card with an ability. That alone makes her a great tactical pick when timing your combos. And her ego skill? It's a beast. High damage to a target plus adding a stack of mark. Basically, she's the partner who turns a normal turn into, oh no, here comes pain. Next up is Asteria. This one's perfect if you're running strikers who love 2 action point cost cards. Asteria gives them a high damage boost and extra damage against shielded enemies, which makes her ideal for those tanky foes. Her ego skill is cheap at just 2 energy points, but there's a catch. You'll need to discard all cards in hand to hit maximum damage. Risky? Sure, but the payoff is absolutely worth it. Kiara is a little trickier, but massively rewarding. Her passive only kicks in for an assigned hunter after discarding a card and only if there's a hefty pile in the graveyard. But when those stars align, her boost to attack cards can be insane. And her ego skill? Single target damage that scales with the graveyard. She's basically a setup now, explode later kind of partner. Then there's Priscilla, the all-rounder for strikers. She boosts both health points and damage, which is always appreciated. Plus, her second passive ramps up damage against enemies in break state. Her ego skill dishes out high damage and applies weakness attack to a random attack card, adding some chaos to your enemy's plans. She's straightforward but effective, a reliable choice when you want consistency. Antea is a powerhouse for psionic combatants. She increases their health points, overall damage, and attack card damage. Her ego skill doesn't mess around either. Damage to all enemies plus 1 stack of vulnerable on each. She's basically your sweep everything off the board partner if you want to make your psionic character shine. A tier partners are fantastic because they're versatile and complement a variety of setups. While each is often stated as the go-to for a specific role, their effects can often benefit multiple characters if you plan your team composition carefully. Compared to B tier, these partners don't require as many situational setups or narrow conditions. Their abilities are impactful and relatively easy to activate, making them reliable choices for both meta and general gameplay. Another thing to love about A tier is that they're fun to play with. You feel their impact every turn, whether it's boosting damage, debuffing enemies, or adding strategic layers with marks, weakness, or vulnerable stacks. They don't just exist, they actively shape how battles go. So yeah, Solia, Asteria, Kiara, Priscilla, and Antea. These are your go-to partners if you want strong, adaptable support that can make your combatants shine without too much fuss. They're the partners you notice in battle and actually plan around, instead of just leaving in your roster. In short, A tier partners are where reliability meets impact. They're not quite the S tier superstars, but they'll elevate your team in ways that make every turn feel meaningful. If you want a partner that feels worth your investment and can actually change the outcome of fights, these are the ones to pick. The partners in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Janet, Seraphia, Marianne, Marine, and Erica. Alright, now we're entering the holy grail of partners in Chaos Zero Nightmare, S tier. These are the ones that don't just participate in battles, they practically steal the show. If you're serious about crushing stages and maximizing your meta characters, these are the partners you want by your side. Let's start with Janet. She's a dream for any setup that loves bullet cards. Janet gives bonus critical rate for cards that cost 1 action point or less, and she even provides additional bullet cards when you use 5 bullet cards. Her ego skill? A full-on area of effect damage attack that also boosts bullet cards even more. Basically, she makes sure your bullet-heavy combos hit like a freight train. Next up is Seraphia, a perfect partner for hunters. Her passive increases critical rate and adds critical damage every time the assigned hunter lands a critical hit. That means consistent damage spikes every turn. Her ego skill is no joke either. It inflicts 2 stacks of vulnerable, lowering the defense of afflicted enemies. Talk about making your hunter feel unstoppable. Then we have Marianne, the ultimate striker companion. With her around, all cards of the striker combatant always apply weak point damage, plus a bonus weakness damage. One of her passives even boosts tenacity damage, making her a perfect choice for sustained high damage setups. Her ego skill targets a single enemy and hits extremely hard. Basically, a one-shot highlight reel every time. Marin shines with rangers. Her passive boosts the damage of extra attacks, letting your ranger really shine in multi-hit combos. And her ego skill? It damages all enemies and even lets you draw a skill card, giving you both offense and utility in one go. She's all about maximizing output and flexibility in every turn. Then there's Erica, the Vanguard's best friend. Her passives increase counterattack damage and give a chance to gain more counterattack stacks. But here's the kicker, her ego skill only costs 2 energy points and packs a punch. Area of effect damage plus even more counterattack stacks. She turns the Vanguard role into a true defensive nightmare for enemies. The beauty of these S tier partners is how they directly complement meta characters. Each one is essentially tailored to maximize the strengths of the assigned role, whether it's a striker, hunter, ranger, or Vanguard. They're built to make the best characters even better. Compared to lower tiers, S tier partners are less situational and more consistently impactful. Their abilities are strong, easy to utilize, and often scale with the combatant's actions, making every turn feel rewarding. What's great is that they don't just boost damage. Many also provide secondary benefits like drawing cards, adding stacks of debuffs, or enhancing critical effects. They're like a Swiss Army knife for your squad, but each tool is laser focused on breaking the meta. Another thing to love about S tier partners is their synergy. They feel like they were made for the character they're paired with, and when you get that perfect combo, it's extremely satisfying. You start to see patterns, strategies, and high damage chains you couldn't pull off without them. So yeah, Janet, Seraphia, Marianne, Marin, and Erica aren't just strong, they're transformative. They elevate your team from competent to terrifying, and they make battles smoother, more strategic, and way more fun. In short, if you want to optimize your meta characters and feel the true power of Chaos Zero Nightmare, these S tier partners are the ones to chase. They're not just additions to your team, they're game changers. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.